3 miles a day. I weighed 195 pounds, and I felt great. I had my life all planned out. March the 24th, 1994, was a major detour in my life. I was working in the coal mines in Mingo County. I was involved in a roof fall. And I went from feeling like $1 million to like it was over. There was no tomorrow, because I suffered 3 compression fractures in the neck and 6 in the back and a collapsed spinal column. And that was the very day that I got accepted into the West Virginia State Police Academy. That was my dream, was to be a state trooper. And I felt wonderful. But when you gain 10 pounds a year, which don't seem like a whole lot, and then 10 years go by, and you're in a 100 and 150 pound overweight, changes your outlook on life. I weighed 336 pounds, and I felt horrible every day. Nothing but pain, nothing to look forward to, and not feeling like doing a whole lot. When mowing the grass seems to be like a major chore, and you don't feel like going anywhere. Your ankles hurt, your knees hurt, your back hurts. You don't even feel like getting out of bed in the morning. And you always have to have something to do and something to look forward to in life. And I had neither. I felt horrible. I was about as depressed as a man could be. When I was at my heaviest at 336 pounds, I'd wake up, I'd go 2 or 3 days without taking a shower. This was before I got married. I would go 2 or 3 days without taking a shower. I'd just sit in a recliner, watch TV, sleep as long as I could, kill the day any way I could other than going outside. When nighttime came, especially in the fall, when nighttime came, I would go, and the post office stays open 24 hours a day, and you can go receive your mail anytime you want, and I'd go at night, about 9, 10 o'clock at night when it was dark, to get my mail, just so nobody would see me. My wife and I went to the restaurant after the ball game, and the place was packed. And I got ready to leave, and I go up to check out. And when I do, a friend of mine in the back, in the main back of the restaurant, he hollers, he said, "Hey, Jeff," he said, "how much you weigh, buddy?" He said, "Man, you bound at least go 350 pounds. And I was very ashamed. I could have crawled under a table. Everybody in there, dead silence, and everybody turns and looks at me. And I thought, if I can just get to my truck, I'll get home, and I'll stay there. And I would stay in my home from 2 to 3 weeks at a time, just hiding, because I didn't want to hear the insults, and people are very cruel when it comes to weight. They'll be sure to tell you that when you gain a pound. Obesity is a mind game. It's a very depressing road. I was so depressed. When you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, and you start to cry, and you have no way out. You have no idea how to get out of this body that you're trapped in. It's a horrible situation. And the moment my life changed is the moment I got Dr. Nease's staff on the phone. And I had to have a referral letter, and the ugliest thing I think I've ever seen in my life is when I got that letter from my local doctor and sat down in my truck and opened it up and I read it. And I read the words, "Jeff Cline is morbidly obese." I cried. I sat and I cried like a baby, because that was the ugliest sentence I'd ever seen or read in my lifetime. I did not like myself. I did not like Jeff Cline, the person I became, because of the weight. I hated myself. Depressed, angry at myself, just very ashamed. I was missing out on life. I was missing out on everything. I let 10 years of my life go through my fingers, and I don't know where it's at. I spent it in the bedroom. I spent it in a recliner, and I had no intention of slacking up when it came to eating, because I was depressed, and I just ate. I just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and no, it's pitiful. It's awful. It's awful. It's the worst 10 years of my life, and I missed out on life. I missed out on life. The worst moment of it all is in 1997, when you're morbidly obese and you are ashamed to go to your brother's funeral. When you think about staying home because the criticism is so bad, because you've gained 150 pounds, And the day that they're going to bury your brother, you're ashamed to go to the funeral? That's bad. I had a sister-in-law that had the lap band surgery, and she lost 110 pounds. And I sat for a year and I watched her change. And I thought, I want that. That's what I want. So one day I called Cabell Huntington Hospital and I just asked them, I said, do you have a weight loss surgeon? If you do, what's his name and how do I get in touch with him? And that's how it all started. And they told me Dr. Blaine Nease, and so I called and made an appointment. And he walks into the room, and I had no idea that I was about to meet the man who changed my life. I was impressed with Cabell Huntington Hospital, the way they treated my mom when she was sick. My mom took over 80 strokes, mini strokes, in one day. And I drove her to Logan, and I had her transferred to Cabell Huntington. And they treated my mom like somebody, with respect, and they were amazing. And I thought, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to have my lap band surgery. I never called any other hospital. I called Cabell Huntington, simply by their reputation and the way they treated my mom in the past. When Dr. Nease pulled up his stool, and he sat down and he looked me in the eye, and he took his time and he answered every question that I had in length, in detail. He'd even tell me stories about his family. And I realized why I sat in that waiting area for almost 2 hours my first visit. It's because he takes his time with his patients. He lets you know he cares from the first moment he walks in the room. I'd gladly sit and wait on that man for 5 hours if I had to, because I know why. On the other side of that door, he's making somebody's life a little bit better. When I walked through the door, and after a day being there and going to the classes at Cabell Huntington, it's just like it's a family atmosphere. I know that may sound crazy to a big hospital, but it's like a family atmosphere. You start to know the people on a first name basis, and they treat you like your family. And to me, that made things very comfortable. It took all the worry, if I had any at all, out of anything. My operation was on a Wednesday, and I made myself a promise. The first day out, I'm going walking. Yeah, that's a pretty big promise to make. So I came home on a Thursday, and on a Friday, I was at Larry Joe Harley Center in Gilbert, and I walked one lap around the walking track. Now that may not seem like a whole lot, but after having a surgery, it was a lot to me, but I done it. I done what I promised myself, because I knew that I'd been given this tremendous gift of technology. And I knew that with a little bit of effort behind it, it'd save my life. You gotta add exercise with the technology. That's when I grabbed my swimming trunks and my duffel bag, and I went to the Harley Center and bought a membership, and I got in the pool. The first day, I walked 3 laps down to where it got deep, and I walked back. I was totally exhausted. Got out of the water, went home. Next day, I went back. I swam 1 lap. Just about killed me. 60 days later, I had lost another 40 pounds, and I swam an hour every day from that day forward. Since the surgery, I have lost a total of 139 pounds. I'm who I want to be mentally. I'm who I want to be physically. And I've got the greatest gift in the world. Gave to me on a silver platter. I got a life gave back to me. I'm not embarrassed to get out of the house. I don't have to, one of the greatest moments of my life was going in a local department store and buying a shirt off the rack. Now, that may sound silly, but it's one of the happiest moments of my life. I don't have to go to the big and tall store anymore, the overweight store. I don't have to, I can just go in and buy a t-shirt like everybody else. I can get up and I can go swimming. I can get up and I can go walking. I don't cry when I look in the mirror anymore. Today, people see me with a smile on my face. They see me in the sunshine. They don't pass me in the nighttime going to get my mail. I proudly walk in the post office. I proudly walk in the restaurant. I'm proud to be who I am. My mom and dad raised me to treat people right, and you can't do that if you stay home. You can't be who you want to be sitting in a recliner, ashamed to go get the mail. And I remember walking out in the sunshine. I'm thinking, This feels wonderful. This feels great. I got my life back. I feel wonderful. You feel your life slipping away, and you get it back, I promise you, it'll put a smile on your face. About 2 weeks after the surgery, I bought a pair of 34 jeans. Son, I couldn't get my leg in a pair of 34 jeans. And my wife kind of laughed at me. She said, "You'll do it. You just got to stick to it." I said, "Oh, I'm going to do it." So, I mean, I used to wear a size 48 jeans. And after my surgery, one of the happiest moments of my life is when I buttoned a pair of 34 jeans. And I'm proud to say that that's what I wear. Jeff Cline's a happy man. Jeff Cline's a very happy man. I'm very happy. I look forward to tomorrow. I have something to do, and I have something to look forward to. You call Dr. Nease's office. This lady's going to answer the phone, and you tell her what you need. You tell her what you are. You tell her how you feel. And I promise you, they'll take time to answer your questions. But I'm proud to say that I have a lap band system. You know, to be honest with you, I thought that I'd be ashamed to say I'm morbidly obese. I've got to have weight loss surgery. I actually thought I'd be ashamed of the operation. I thought, well, I'll do it and kind of keep it low profile. Nah, that ain't what that's not what it's all about. I am proud to say that I walked the road I walked. I'm proud to say that I used to be 336 pounds, but not no more, because of Cabell Huntington Hospital and Dr. Nease. They saved my life. They gave me my life.